All the attendees have come, so we'll start with a webinar. Hello, everybody. This is Nitish here. A very good evening and a very good morning, since we have attendees from different time zones. Uh, Today's webinar topic will be on optimize your EDC or DDC, that is direct data capture system for BAV studies. I would like to give a brief about Surgeon Systems. Uh, it was established in 1998. Uh, since then, we are into the market. Surgeon, a business technology company, has been providing information technology solution to diverse industries to suit their business needs. Surgeon provides solutions and services across several industries domains, including pharmaceutical, healthcare, life sciences, etc., complying to various regulatory guidelines. Surgeon offers consulting, implementation, and regulatory service of global pharma, life sciences, regulatory requirement, regulatory trends and updates. Offers consulting, implementation, and regulatory services. You can always visit our website www.surgeon.com for more information about for more details. We have few applications into regulatory. I would introduce with you few. One is KnowledgeNet, that is for dossier project tracking and submission. One is PVNet, that is for drug safety database. BizNet, that is for clinical trial management. E-Submission Express, that is for dossier and cloud. Process XC, that is for electronic batch recording and solution. And QH, that is for quality management system. We have few applications in a business line. One is Air Force, that is for field sales excellence platform. PharmaNet, that is for sales and distribution solution. Procage, that is for business process automation. And FF reporting, that is for CRM, SFA, and e-detailing. While we have many clients, I would like to introduce you with few. Intas, Lambda, Merck, Cadila, Accord, etc. Yeah, today's speaker will be Alok Sharma. I'll give a brief about speaker. Well, he contributes as a subject matter expert and helps in understanding and analyzing the process of contract research organization in terms of their thorough process and management of project and electronic data captured, followed up with working in team for automation process at every level. He also remains in touch with current clients to make sure that the solutions being deployed are relevant and are more compliant with regulatory. He has authored many blogs, articles, and case studies covering biometric enrollments and verification, process automation, technology updates, etc. He has been part of many requirement analysis and execution post through functional analysis with software and website development. Well, I'll be handling this webinar to Mr. Alok Sharma. Over to you, Alok.
Many thanks, Nitish. So, thanks for giving me an opportunity to go ahead with this webinar. Very good morning and good evening to everyone. The overview of the webinar would be knowing how compliant this EDC or the DDC technology is, quick access to data, how secure data is archived, and then accuracy in data capture, understanding the cost effectiveness, complete audit trail requirements adhered to the regulatory norms, easy design followed up with the export functionalities. What is EDC or DDC? Well, an electronic data capture or the DDC, that is the direct data capture system, is a computerized system designed for the collection of clinical data in electronic format for use mainly in human clinical trials. If I talk about the history of EDC, EDC is often cited as having its origin in another class of software, remote data entry (RDE), that surfaced in the life sciences market in the late 1980s and early 1990s. So, what is today's requirement in CROs or the contract research organizations or healthcare sectors, biotechnology sectors, or any IT company who's dealing with healthcare projects? Well, basically, they are looking for to have have a functionality of electronically captured data, less to no use of paper in their process. Easy data transfer from one place to another. It could be from premises to premises, could be from state to state, or it could be from any part of world to any part of the world. Security of the captured data, whether the captured data is secure or not. Since the security comes at the very first level, availability of the entire data at one place or at any point of time, less to no manual intervention. Since we are talking about this direct data capture, so that is the reason there is no manual intervention, so there is no way where any manipulation or edits or any modification can be done. Easily managed multiple review cycle. Uh, it's been taken care about this regulatory norms and the compliances, various compliances, that is 21 CFR Part 11 and GCP compliant. So for designing this EDC and DDC technology, this compliances have been met. An audit trail in entire process is there. That again is as per the regulatory norms. Multi-level data review process is there. Electronic signature and records are there. Data security and integrity is there. Secure data transfer terminal from client to server, from server to server are there. Instant validation system is there. That helps user to enter the valid data only into the system. Well, if I give you a glimpse of the electronic capture data, this would be kind of direct data capture where there is no manual intervention. Say I can show you one example where the weight is being captured into the system. So here the weighing machine is being integrated with the software where participant has just need to stand the weighing machine, and once a user will click on this get weight, that same weight would be reflected here. So, and that weight would be would not be editable by the user. So this is called direct data capture, or you can say electronic data capture, where there's no manual intervention. And particular field specific audit trail would be there, where every entered data would be followed up with the user detail, like who and when and where the user have entered those data. Against every saved data, audit trail captures the activity user wise for better tracking. So when the data is on when data is captured on paper, that is called paper CRF. So the scenario would be like this, where lots of CRS would be there, many data managers would be there working at different time zones in different departments. So many project managers would be there, database system would be there, data, and the main thing is there half the force would be required to do the data entry. And you can see the bunch of the papers, that is CRF paper CRFs, and doctor would be there again sitting with a bunch of papers to just sign them physically, so you can see everyone is like stressed up, and you can see everywhere on every desk you can see the bunch of papers, right? So this is called old technology, where people are juggling with lots of papers from department to department, people to people. So when the CRF is on paper, so these are the problems, or you can say are the consequences that has to be faced with. Requires a big force of people to do data entry, as I told. Requires more number of staffs to manage CRFs. Chances of delay in project completion is always there. Requires more number of man hours. Lag time increases, and it keeps on increasing till document reaches to the main person. Dependency increases at every level of management. User has to wait for one's approval on paper. And if you see this EDC in electronically or DDC format, where with same force would be there. Data manager, CRA, doctor, database system would be there, and a PM leader would be there. So you can see happy faces working on electronic gadgets, where doctor is reporting on the system. He's reviewing everything on the system. CRA is reporting well from the system. So it's like, and you can see data manager is doing electronic signature after reviewing the data on the system. And a secure database would always be there, where like on the same data can be maintained on multiple servers. So when using EDC or DDC, it would be very easy to do the data entry. It's highly secure database. Availability of information at any one place can be given, or it's obvious it's there. Proper data verification is there. Less time consumption. Requires less number of person to manage task. I can give you a glimpse of this barcode. This is just a one barcode that I've shown here. There are lots of barcodes that is being used to handle this subjects details or data. I can tell you the types of barcodes could be subject UID, that is again a barcode where we are assigning a unique identity code to the subject's identity. PK samples and other samples. Aliquot IDs would be again managed using such barcodes generated by the system. Bag IDs would be there. Stand ID barcodes would be there. Wristband barcodes would be there. Unique binder barcode for archival. Since subject gets over, as per the regulatory norms, it has to be archived. It has to be locked. So no further changes can be done. So again, a barcode would be generated to handle the same, and IMP barcode, etc. So what are the impacts of barcodes into this technology of clinical trial management? Quicker access to data, access at any point of time, data security. Data is indeed secure within premises or at hosted place. And if I talk about accuracy, greater accuracy and integrity within data is there. Cost effectiveness reduces the cost of paper and management. Compliance, it's obvious, like it's meeting regulatory compliances. Common features of ECRF are like ECRF designer, data entry, query management and reporting generation, data export. If I give you a mesh of profiles, project manager is there, sponsors are there, QC, QA, CRA, CPMA, site staffs are there. So everyone is working at the same time, and from different premises and from different departments on one single CRF. So there's no conflict. So everyone can work in their time zone. Report tracking using barcode. So this is just an example of barcode where like laboratory test reports can be tracked. Security of the data. CRF data uploads to the central server. So even if your system crashes or many of the system crashes, so there's no chances of, there's no way where CRO would lose their data. It's always there on the server. No chances of data loss, as I explained, as data doesn't store on a local PC. It gets stored on the server. Layer encryption helps secure the data to the best. Audit trail keeps the track of the entire work. Multiple users can work from different locations in different time zones. User role operation helps giving them the assigned role. So at a time, many people can work on the single CRF or a single platform or a single project. Database structure. Metadata and data helps pulling required data at any point of time. Flexible data collection functionality is there, where respective project managers and like investigators or QC people can export the data and they can have access to the database as per their assigned rights. Yeah, sponsored and regulatory based naming conventions are there. Standard annotated files can be generated. Easy navigation and user friendly. So this electronically data capture system is very user friendly and it's easy ease of navigation is there, right? So it's very easy to navigate from page to page. That helps user to work easily on multiple CRFs or multiple projects. Easy customized layout designs are there, and the design of the CRFs can be done as per the CRO's requirement. Profile specific pages and rights designed to let them work at the same time from different departments. CRO specific logos and details can also be fixed to give a mirror CRF print to that particular CRO. Data transcription provision to help record the data digitally if particular site is down with internet or is not available with automated systems. So transcription provision is there. Study progress monitoring that can be done using this project tracking system. Study monitoring can be done by the PM PI throughout the project. So we have a dashboard that is being utilized by PM or PI or other sponsors. They can have a better look into they can get the better insights of the project movement or the project completion or the status of the various activities. Subject screening details can also be accessed at any point in system. Subject assignment and enrollment forms can be checked. Study accountability at study exams. Data recorded and collected can also be visualized. Data validations and checks. So the system is full of data validations and checks that helps user to input valid data. So very rare that any misleading data or any wrong data would be captured into the system. System generated helps it generates validations or checks that helps user to put accurate data, and this further helps in minimizing user mistakes. Auto verification and approval of the users based on the system checks saves ample of time while maintaining data integrity. Authentication details like digital signatures and generated PDF keeps the track of the responsible person. And in fact, the system generated and manual queries help streamline the data output. Color codes and color code legends are there that again helps user identify abnormal values, delta check failures or QC check or any critical values into the system or the lab report. So again, it's been taken care like where lots of data is there, so many rows, columns are there. Again, with the help of this legends, we are helping laboratory persons to get the glimpse like which all data, which all reports are not normal or are abnormal or are delta check failures or accuracy check failures. So color legends to see stages of the CRFs and lab data in it through proper data entry to review the log cycle. Verification checkpoints in data flow, where sponsor or the CRO enters data in database one. So this is one way where data entry can be checked. Verification can be done, and this CRO enters data to the database two. So that verifies the entered data in database one. So this way, data verification can be done easily, and CRO visually reviews CRF data and logic checks that is being implemented into the system. Provide traceability regarding data changes. So proper audit trail is there as per the regulatory norms, where each and everything can be tracked, like when and who has changed the data with proper remarks. So even if system is allowing you to change any of the data, system is would never allow you to enter or manipulate any of the data without asking you the remark. And again, remark can never go blank. So user have to enter the validate has to give a valid remark there. So data clarification forms that helps generate reports, verifies the data changes with valid reasons, if any. Data query flow. So flow would be like a CRF visually reviews CRF data, logic checks throughout the CRF. CRO generates data query forms and sends it to the particular departments or to the particular users. Site responds to the query and returns back with the accurate data, and then CRO again revises database entry as necessary, and then of the study the same data the CRO locks the database and archives. Again, I can give you a glimpse of the DDC in our system, where we are capturing the irises of the subject. So iris is being captured, we do verification at every level using the irises. So there's no chances like one participant can take over the place of another participant, so this can be avoided well using this irises, since irises are going to be unique, right? So again, proper verification audit trails are being maintained, audit trails are there, and this capture procedure, everything you can see, verification can be done, identification can be done, right? So again, if I talk about this dosing, date and time of the dosing system, this is like this gets entered through the gunning process where there's no manual intervention. So and this field in fact doesn't accept manual entry or the free text entry. So it doesn't accept. So it accepts only the gun details. So date of sample collection, again it would be coming through or dropping through the gun process. Actual time of sample collection would again be coming through the gun process. Again, if I talk about this IP administration at the time of dosing, this date would come automatically. Again, time would come automatically from the server. Same, yeah, you can see date of clinical examination would come from the server automatically. If this field doesn't accept the manual entry, right? And what all abrupt transitions are there in the system? So availability of top clinical trend reports, like well designed reports are there, since you are doing a lot of data entry in the system. So many reports, customized reports are being provided to handle this study or to help the statistical department to go through the same. Pioneering cloud computing using cutting edge technology. Wearable electronics in clinical trials helps capture real time data. CRO is becoming high performance clinical site. Fully integrated and validated EDC solutions. Generation of big data in clinical trials. Compatibility of import export in several statistical softwares. Visibility is there. Best practices for small budget best practices for small budget studies and CROs are also being taken. So it's not like the softwares are going to cost a lot to any of the CRO. So even if one CRO is not that big, so customized services can be given. Tailor-made services are always available to such CROs where they can do the data entry and they can get the desired report, right? So they don't need to have a full this thing into their premises. So they can avail the same services on cloud also. National and international data compatibility standards have been met using the validated CTMS. If I show you the time saving things here, you can see when it is on paper, it's say if you take day 0 as a reference and day 0 as a reference again in EDC, by day 10 you can see final edit check runs are being done. When it is on paper based, final edit check runs QC of database would be done on day 19, and if when it is on electronically captured data, so we can hope that this work would be done by day 10, right? So again, if I go to the database freeze, so if it is on EDC, the database freeze can be done on day 14, and if it is on paper base, the same you can see would go to the day 25. Database closure project log can be done on day 17 if it is on EDC, and if it is on paper based trial, the same would be done on day 28. Metadata structure, easy and synchronized structure to auto sync the database from various sites in one server. Easy report generation from metadata, feasibility is there. Secure database for present and future reference to CROs and regulatory bodies. Better knowledge and idea sharing tools are there. Auto update to respective users about the data sync and storage updates. So even if any of the user is like forgetting to enter any start date or any other detail, the same would be filed by the system to that particular respective user's email ID. So one can get back to the system and enter the particular data to complete the CRF. So this is just the data processing responsibilities, how activities are being done on, like if it is on paper and if it is on EDC, generation of the data would be done at site. Even if we are going with EDC, would be done on site. Data inputs would be done by sponsors or CROs if it is on paper. If it is on EDC, data input again would be done by the site, since we are using electronic services. Data verification would be done by CROs or sponsors, and if it is on EDC again would be done by sponsors and CROs. Like that, database changes would be done by sponsors and CROs, and EDC it would be done at the site level. So this shows that in paper-based CRF, lots of dependencies are there on CROs, right? So how electronically capture data is a goldmine of information. So it really helps project investigators to visualize their study and results in between to better keep a track of their research and outcomes. So there's no constraint. I mean, project investigator can always check into the system and track the status of the data or the study or the enrolled subjects. So he or she will always have an access to the AE or SAE's reports, right? So it also helps financial department in preparing budget and taking decisions over planning and expansion of the studies at any point of time, or to increase the size if at all it is required. Statistical department can always access the data and use it and use the same to analyze and to help them make decisions. So if I talk about the future of EDC or DDC, that is direct data capture. Looking at the future, DDC would continue to evolve and grow in scope and breadth in terms of capabilities and speed. Sooner or later, e-clinical industries could be biotechnology, could be biotechnology industries, or could be life sciences, or could be like the CROs or healthcare industries or hospitals. Uh, would have to move to an electronic imaging reviewing system or the CTMS, clinical trial management system, and additional software solution to support their huge activities. Uh, in short, I can say to make everything to a paper-based system. Next generation in DDC will accelerate the power of technology, the clinical drug process with no to minimum paper. These were a few of the references that I referred to have better knowledge on EDC or the DDC from Google.
Well, I'm back. Thank you so much, Alok, for this wonderful webinar. Attendees, you can always copy this link. Or just wait, I'll put this link in a chat box. You can always give your feedback, and we value your feedback. Just hold on. Attendees, I have pasted a feedback link in the chat box. Please give your feedback, valuable feedback, I would say. Your feedback will be valuable to us. It helps us in coming up with your new ideas and your queries and questions. You can always take a minute or two to complete this feedback and let us know in our chat box when you are done. Meanwhile, anyone have any questions, you can always type in a common chat box. It would be a pleasure to answer your questions. Well, Alok, we have a question from one of our attendee. I'll just read out the question. Does the system fully support compliance with 21 CFR Part 11?
Well, yeah, thanks for your question, my dear attendee. I would like to answer, yeah, the system does supports this 21 CFR Part 11 compliance since we are uh, taking care of all these audit trails in a better way. Like each and every user's activity or edits or any changes or modification are being captured into the system. So at any point of time by users or by PI or by regulatory departments, that same can be tracked. So like what all data is being changed or deleted, the system captures all those data into the same. So nothing can be deleted. So it's like it captures everything, right? So it is of course regulatory compliant. Yeah, 21 CFR Part 11. I hope I have cleared your query.
Thank you.
Many thanks, dear Macro, for your feedback.
Well, I think, well, we will be glad to answer your question, macro care. Yeah, just I'll read it. The system which are paired of DDC, how you are making sure about the validation.
Yeah, Nitish, I would like to answer this question.
The
Well,
system,
yeah, this entire system, the entire EDC system is full of validations. Like I can say, it's edit checks that is being done on each and every field where user would have to enter the valid data only, and that should again be in a particular range. So range and values and type of data that is being entered, numeric or whether it is alphanumeric, whether it is only alpha or it is numeric, everything has been taken care. So there's no chances where like would system would like allow user to enter wrong data. I hope my your question is clear. Yeah, for equipment validation, again, since we have machinery is connected to the software, like we have lots of LCMS machines, we have lots of laboratory machinery is connected to our software. So all their QCs are being done on the system only, and once the system gets the status that the QC has been done for that particular test for that particular system, then only the system would help user to generate the work list. So everything is being checked by the system whether the QC has been done or not, and whether the delta check is being done or not, whether any critical value is there or not in terms of this clinical results. And the same thing is being done on weights or in BMIs or in age. So proper validations and edit checks are there in the system. I hope my answer is clear to you. Many thanks, Macro Care. Any other question?
well, I'm back again, and I think attendees are done with the feedback.
Well, yeah, how we may help you. Let us help you to choose the best biometric solution for your need, and let us help you again to manage your subjects database or to manage your BAB and CT study, and to help you archiving your precious data into a recovery system, help you your laboratory information management system to manage your laboratory movements, or and to give you a best ECRF designing according to your study need, and to help your pharmacy management with our product, that is investigational and medicinal product track, that is we call it IMP track, and with the intra-web response system management.
If you have any queries or question, you can always email your questions. We will be glad to answer your queries and questions. You can always visit our website www.businessctm.com for more information. Please do follow us on LinkedIn to get the latest updates and news about our new technologies and new processes.
Yeah, many thanks, dear attendants, to attend this webinar.
Signing off. Thank you.